It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And we'll see the Cowboys, bruising running back, your standard.
So that Cowboy offense takes the field. On the ground, here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Now a give up the middle. And nothing doing on that run. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We have an early third down coming up.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
A pickup there of 13. First down, Cowboys. Here's a run going left. Finding space inside the 40. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why. Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take them down in the backfield for a loss.
Strong running there. Inside the 30. On the move with a gain of 9.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in.
And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. Up the middle they go. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal. He's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Here's a run. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. Here now, second down and goal. They'll go with him again. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up third and goal. They'll run. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
the Cowboys offense, led by their running back, headed out for their second possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And that's well read by the defense. Not backwards. He's back at his own 9-yard line. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On play action, here's Dak. He's going to let one go deep for Lamb. He's inside the 30. And they're not going to catch up to him. He will score. 91 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying,
His drive will start on the ground. He's got room to the 45. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 38-yard line. A big play to kick off this drive. 32 yards.
well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
They'll stay on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
And his great first half on the ground continues, and this is one of those guys that when he gets in the groove, it seems like it's an 8-yard run, a 10-yard run, and all of a sudden a 15-yard chunk play. After another.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. This pass right side.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. He'll go right and find his running back. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a run at the gut. And he's in! Touchdown, Dallas. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy...
Now a run on first down. And they're going to get him down right at the 25. Set to go now on first and 10. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's just pushing guys out of the way. Powering forward for a gain of 8. Here's second and 2. Now off the bootleg. He'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. A gain there of 10 yards. That's good for a Dallas first down.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll stick with him again. Room to run inside the 40. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. Prescott on first down. Cook's able to pull that one in.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5. Shotgun snap for Prescott. This one caught at the 4.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard.
That's hauled in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's his second. A first down throw for Prescott. And that is incomplete. But now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar. First and 10 now from the 36. From the shotgun, it's Dak. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb. Still going. And he will score. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer.
First down, Prescott. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
And a good gain. He's going to be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. First and 10. Handoff here, up the middle. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. They'll keep it on the ground here again. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Halftime here on this final weekend of the NFL regular season. We'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit.
And it's first down, and they'll run. And he's going to be taken. Other side of the 50-yard line. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now a give on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Prescott. That's into the hands of the veteran Cooks. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? To the ground, a 1st down run. And he shows off a little footwork, winding his way for a run of 8. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. He'll turn and hand this one off. And he's going to weave his way forward. That's a 1st down at the 44-yard line. Now Prescott. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A handoff as they try to run it here. Able to break a tackle as he powers forward 4 yards. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Prescott. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A gain there of 16 yards. 1st down, Cowboys. Now a give up the middle, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. And he'll get about 5. Up the middle they go. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Cowboys. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Now a handoff, running right. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play fake. Prescott. That's down the field for Lamb. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. Back to throw is Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up. Try the right side this time. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here we go. Now a running play. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Finding room to the 20. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. He's got another one. Touchdown, Dallas. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact.
So it's a win for the Cowboys. They finished the season on a high note. Now they'll have the week off as the #1 seed. Get back to it in 2 weeks for the divisional round of the playoffs.
Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs and is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Cowboys.
All that and more coming up next.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Up next, let's keep it in the NFC for this game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Kate Scott, joining me as always, my partner in crime, Brock Heward, and we are excited to bring you this NFL divisional round game. Well, excited, the word that... The Cowboys back out on offense.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, take.
Here's a give up the middle. And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner, stop for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back-to-back carries here. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They give it to him again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They kick the running back in motion. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That's a gain of 4. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. First down, here's Dak. Throwing the out route complete. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's 1st and 10 at the 28. To throw is Prescott. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So it's 2nd down coming up. Throwing again is Dak. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up 3rd down. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Dak throwing again. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal. They're running again. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Cowboys pull ahead 6-3 in the first. For the offense, the Cowboys, and they're running. Dak off the play fake. Hits his running back. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Throwing on first is Prescott. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it's gonna be second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Brought down by Jalen Carter. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They have it on 3rd and 9. Dak now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And that will not be enough for a first down. The Cowboys, and this running back headed back out for a new season. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Back to the well again. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Play action, Prescott. Completed to his running back. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. Makes the grab and bounds left side. It's a 24-yard dash, and it gives them the first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll run here on first down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Here we go.
Prescott here from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. This finds Cooks, complete. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Another carry for him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Now Prescott. That's caught for the first. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Presses the goal line for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys grow the lead to 7. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. 1st and 10, Prescott. Short pass brought in. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Dak to the air here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Eagles almost took it all the way back. Oh, what a return down to the 5. This offense headed out as well. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. And that one's unsuccessful.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. Has the 1st and more past midfield. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. From the 34. Jukes one defender. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. Throwing from the gun. That's going to be caught by Cooks. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys will add to their lead at the end of the half. All right, so this solid 1st half continues from Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo.
This offense running out. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. That's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Catch made by Cooks. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Escapes a defender. Dodges the tackle, and he's in. Touchdown. The Cowboys grow the lead coming out of halftime. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just...
First down, here's Dak. Dump off to his fullback. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Darius Slay with the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Yeah! There we go!
Simple dive up the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice gain by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
First down, and they go right back to him. Down the sideline to the 45. And finally stopped at the 34. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
The running back gets it on the draw. On the move into the red zone. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
On my play sheet, Kate, I've got draws and screens in the same area. Those are the areas you want to attack a defense when they're getting too far upfield.
And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. On first down, they'll run. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Prescott set to pass. Ferguson there to bring it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This, our last play to the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. The Cowboys have it. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Give now to the running back. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Offense set for a 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. From the 26 on 2nd down. Catch made underneath by Peck. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. and goal.
Yeah, here we go.
They'll try and punch it in. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
They'll hand it to him again. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Cowboys keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. And he's done it so many times before in just this game, Brock. There he is again in the end zone.
Yeah, here we go.
Right up the gut. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Oh, he trucked that defender. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Back to the well again. Into the second level past the 30. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys put up even more points in a win. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Well, that defense down there, Brock, they got to be tired of hearing this guy's name, but we sure are tired of saying it. This is now the single most productive game by one guy in league history. He's got more all-purpose yards than anyone has ever produced.
Kind of felt this was coming with how productive he's been, but as you say that, man, I am smiling ear to ear. So rare to ever see one player take over a game like he has today, and he's truly been unstoppable.
And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Now give left side. Is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Here's a give up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Another carry for him. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. The outcome's decided here, but we got a timeout with 2 seconds on the clock so they can think it over before their final play. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game.
Yeah, here we go.
They'll run here on first down. And they take him down right along the 30. So the Cowboys take the win here in Arlington. And they took care of business just as you'd expect a 1 seed to do. And they're going to get to stay at home another week and welcome in another opponent with a conference title on the line.